guys, welcome back to my channel. Once again, thank you so much for watching. On today's video, as you guys can tell, my setting's a little bit different. I'm going to be recreating the look that I do for an everyday basis. This is a perfect look for school, for your university, for stay-home mom, for anybody that doesn't like to wear too much makeup and just wants to learn how to do a basic makeup that's just going to enhance your natural beauty. We're not going to be using foundation today. That's how little makeup I use on an everyday basis. You guys know that I love makeup, but it's not realistic to think that you do wear that much makeup on a daily basis unless it's something that, you know, is part of your job or something like that. In my case, it's not. So I'm going to show you guys what I do to achieve a flawless look, still very natural, and then enhance my natural beauty on an everyday basis. So I hope you guys like this video. As usual, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you like this type of setup. Let me know down below if you prefer makeup videos that are more like talk through versus a voiceover. I've been getting some feedback on that. And if you prefer this type of setting that's a little bit more natural, if you want me to do more videos that are like not so heavily focused on makeup and then, you know, mix it up a little bit. So let's get started. I'm gonna be probably talking a lot on this video because that's the main reason why I don't do talk through videos, because I tend to talk too much. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I'm sure you guys have probably sick of hearing people that treating your skin before makeup is super important. So I'm going to share with you guys the two products that I use on an everyday basis. I'm very simple. I don't like too much steps before my makeup. I have a skincare regimen in the morning and at night as well. But I already did my skincare this morning, so I like to add these products before I apply any type of product on my skin that has to do with makeup, just because I think makeup does layer on better when your skin is freshly hydrated. So there's two things that I apply. I apply the Witch Hazel by Thayers. I can't remember. I don't know how to say this word. And this is a all-natural tonic water. Yeah, toner. Tonic water. Toner. I love this product. I use it on an everyday basis and it really does keep my skin super clear, and I don't get a lot of breakouts, so I love that. First thing I do is I spray it down like I just did and I wait for it to absorb. I usually like to pat my skin super fast and then just wait for it to absorb. And then I also use this product. This is a product by the brand MUJI. It's a Japanese brand. This is the moisturizing essence. Again, this is just for me to hydrate my skin, give a little lift to my skin before I apply products, any makeup products. So far, this has been working amazing for me. I'll let you guys know later when I actually finish this bottle what I think of it. It does hydrate my skin very well and it absorbs super fast, which I love because I don't want a super thick layer underneath my makeup. So I went ahead and applied the moisture essence. As you guys can tell, it doesn't look extra thick on my skin. It does a really good job hydrating, and I did do an extra pump on this area because I do tend to get super dry on my forehead area, and just like this upper area is kind of weird, but that's what I did. 2 pumps, and then I'm just waiting to start to absorb so I don't have a super thick layer before I start to apply the makeup. Okay guys, so the first step for me in my makeup and my everyday routine is my eyebrows. I think eyebrows have to be on point all the time just because they do frame your face, and even if you're not putting a lot of work into your makeup, your brows make all the difference. So lately I've been obsessed or been using these two products, combination of these two products. This is the LA Girl Brow Pomade and this brow, what is this called? A tinted brow mascara by NYX. I love this product. I have the color, what color do I have? Brunette. Alright guys, I'm gonna start mapping out my other brow. As you guys can tell, I like to follow the natural shape of my brow. I don't like to do a super bold brow because we're not gonna be applying any eye makeup. So we wanna make sure that your brows look decent. It's just more like a natural brow that's enhanced. I know there's a huge trend right now where you can just brush the brow and then just kind of apply gel on top and then just leave that fluffy look. I don't know if I'm like comfortable wearing my brows like that on an everyday basis. I do like a little bit of a shape, so I'm gonna shape this one here on camera so you guys can see how I do it. But I pretty much, what I do is I just map out the shape of the brow keeping it very thin and natural, and not doing the front too dark. So now what I do is I set all my brows with this little tinted brow mascara. If you have oily skin, I do think this is vital because your brows do tend to move around if they don't set properly. And I think it also gives it a more natural look. So love setting my brows with this. So guys, one thing I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, I do like to hydrate my lips on a daily basis. I lately been using this Laneige lip mask. I'm almost done out of it. Love this. This is supposed to be for the nighttime, but I use it on every day because it does hydrate my lips amazing. Alright guys, so moving on to actual makeup. Even though I already did my brows, I technically makeup. I'm gonna move on to the concealer. I'm using the KAJA concealer. You guys know that this is probably my favorite one at the moment. I've used it in pretty much every tutorial I've uploaded on my Instagram and here. So I love this product. Very hydrating. It covers amazing. It has like a really good decent coverage, and it doesn't feel cakey or too pasty. It's really watery, but it also gives you coverage. So love that. I'm gonna use this to cover my lids because I do have pigmentation on my lids, as you guys can see. Also my under eye, and then just spot conceal some areas of my face that I know I have a little bit of darkness and I want to kind of even out. So the first thing I do is I apply it on my under eye. I already did this side. On my under eye, my lid, this area that needs a little bit of conceal, and near my mouth. I like to be a little bit generous with it because I'm not going to be using foundation. And I use a damp sponge to blend. So for me, it's super important to set my cream products. Even though I have dry skin, super important for me to set it. I'm going to be using the RIMMEL transparent compact. It looks a little bad, I'm sorry. I use this on an everyday. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set specific areas on my face that I don't want them to crease, or for any of the oiliness to seep through. Even though I'm not very oily, I do tend to kind of get little marks everywhere in my face as the time passes, as the makeup starts to wear off. So I want to make sure that I set this. I'm not gonna apply a thick layer, just gonna do some spot setting. Alright guys, so I'm going to take a little bit of this powder. This is the one I showed you earlier. And I'm just going to grab a fluffy brush. This one is the Morphe N501. And I'm just going to generously coat this, this brush. Kind of like this. And I'm going to just go ahead and set my under eye. This is going to help camouflage some of the texture as well. So I love doing this step. I do recommend that if you have oily skin, that you do set the entire face. Nothing too heavy. No, don't use kind of like a powder foundation or anything like that, because during the day it's gonna look too heavy on your skin. I do recommend something like this, that is a translucent powder. You can use a loose translucent or even this compact one, and then just run it along every part of your face if you're someone that gets super oily throughout the day. I love to do this step before I contour or apply any type of powder products on my face, because I don't want anything to look patchy or stick to the skin. So guys, next step is bronze your face. I like to give a little bit more dimension and color to my face on an everyday basis. I think this is a must. So today we're going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. You guys know this is one of my favorite ones. I have the light bronzer. I like to use a lighter, somewhat lighter shade during the week, just because I am going to be out in the sun, out and about, and I don't want to look like I'm wearing too much makeup. So I love this product, and we're also going to be using this on the eyes. So I'm going to use a fluffy brush like this. I like to use this type of brushes on an everyday basis because I don't like my contour to look too harsh or have to work too hard on blending. So I like to use something fluff like this, and I'm just going to dip it in here. You got to make sure that you are applying your bronzer when you go like this, like a little fishy. It's a little bit right on the bone and you want to diffuse this up. You never want to diffuse this down or apply it right below the bone, because then it's just going to drag your face down. Guys, now I'm going to take a little bit of this bronzer, kind of coat my blend. This is a blending brush. This is the Taper Blender E40 by Sigma, and we're just going to use the same product to give a little bit more definition to the eyes. I love the almond shaped eye, so we're just going to softly apply this and contour a little bit the eye and give it a little bit more definition. Alright guys, this is what it looks like. You don't have to be super precise or spend too much time blending, because it's such a natural flush of color. It just kind of gives a little bit of definition to the eye and a little bit of color to the eye, so you don't look so flat. But this is pretty much what it looks like. So now moving on, we're going to be curling eyelashes and using my favorite mascara. This is the Voluminous Original. I love this. I don't really have lashes, to be honest with you guys. My lashes are extremely small and kind of like go like this, but during the week I don't use fake lashes. I can't, it would be too much, but I do like to give a little bit of love to my lashes just so it looks put together, at least this area. So moving on to blush, I'm using, I usually like to use these peachy colors. I'm going to use the same brush that I use to contour, and we're just going to apply this to the apples of the cheeks. Nothing too drastic or too dark, because we want obviously to look nice and young and fresh and natural. I will apply a little bit more of a heavier blush if I had a full on face on, but since we're doing the natural route and this is what I use in every day, I literally just do like a tiny flush of color. So this is the last step. I'm going to be using these two products on my lips. I'm using the NARS lip pencil. This one is a Let's Go Crazy. And I'm only going to dab this a little bit just to give a little bit of flush of color. And then I'm also going to be using this KAJA product. This is one of my favorite products at the moment. This is the Heart Melter Lip Gloss and Crazy For You. I love this shade. And I don't know if you guys can tell, it has like a little heart there. So cute. I'm going to be using the combination today. I have to be honest with you guys. For the most part, I don't use a combination. I just use this one alone. Just pretty much throw it on my bag, put it on the go and go. This is has a little bit of payoff, but it doesn't have like a bright payoff, but it does have a flush of color that's gonna look beautiful on your skin when you have a makeup this natural. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna apply this color all over my lips. As you guys can tell, it has a little bit of color, but it's nothing too bright, and it's super hydrating. So guys, lastly, this is the last step. Yeah, the last step, I'm going to be using this highlighter. I love highlighters. I cannot live without highlighters. So I love this product. This is by KAJA. I know I have a lot of products by KAJA. You guys know that I love this brand. And this one's Toy Alien. And I'm just going to apply this very softly on the areas that I want to highlight. Nothing too crazy, because again, this is for every day. So guys, this is the final look. Super natural. You can pretty much wear this makeup to anything that you want. This is what I use on my daily basis. I don't like to use way too much makeup on a everyday, just because I like to let my skin breathe. I just want to enhance my natural beauty and still look a little bit put together. So this is what I wear on the regular. Let me know down below what you guys think. Alright guys, that was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you appreciate this kind of videos, if you like to see more natural looks here on the channel. I know I like to do a little bit more of the full glam makeup, but I don't mind actually doing this type of tutorials as well. This is pretty much the real me. This is what I use on an everyday basis, so it's just so much easier for me to share with you guys the tips that I use for an everyday. I'll see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking my videos, for commenting, for subscribing. I'll see you guys in my next one. Big kisses. Bye. 움직이질 않아 속으로만 삼킨 내 목소리 널 불러